Hello and welcome to episode 104 of WITM. It is the Go Home SmackDown Live before the SummerSlam pay-per-view, the biggest party of the summer, and Gerald is going to be in action, returning to action, and he has got a tough opponent in front of him. It's the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. Gerald, of course, has struggled heavily ever since being traded to SummerSlam. Despite winning a United States Championship, Gerald has suffered 2 injuries since then. His record is 4-10 since WrestleMania. Gerald currently sits third among the WITM 3. Can he improve to 5-10 and pick up some momentum heading into WrestleMania, SummerSlam, where he is most likely not going to be able to get a US or WWE title match, but could still end up in a non-title match at SummerSlam. Let's find out. It's Samoa Joe versus Gerald. SmackDown and 205 Live tonight, and let's get our SmackDown match underway.
From Huntington Beach, California, weighing in at 282 pounds, Samoa Joe!
Look out, here comes the destroyer, Samoa Joe.
And if you ask me, Michael, there may be no more appropriate nickname for Samoa Joe than the Destroyer.
Corey, what should we expect from him here tonight?
I expect him to come out of the gate hot, Cole. From what I've been told, he's been really concentrating on getting the advantage early. But of course, that's easier said than done.
And his opponent, from Grand Rapids, Michigan, weighing in at 225 pounds, Gerald!
As we ready for singles action, Byron, what can you tell us about these two competitors?
Well, I can say that both of these superstars come into this match incredibly hungry to prove their dominance here tonight. But as we all know, only one will walk away with their arm raised in victory.
And let's not forget about his opposition, who also comes into tonight looking to prove a point.
Oh, I should hope so, Cole. If you don't go into every single match looking...
There's the bell. This match is underway. Joe forces Gerald to the ropes.
We're going to have a winner.
And launches Gerald halfway across the ring,
arena is
using those ropes as a weapon.
Understandably so.
Joe,
Nice job by Samoa
with a knee
Joe.
to the head of Gerald.
Nice job by Samoa
And
Joe.
pretty much a choke slam from Samoa Joe. Joe on fire to start off this match.
Let's take a moment to discuss Samoa Joe.
Gerald.
For those who
Joe
aren't
sizing
familiar with him,
Gerald
what
up.
can they anticipate out of him here?
Some people like Hollywood. Some people like football.
Joe gets a reversal, just shoving
Well, I got news for him.
Samoa
The
Joe
WWE
aside.
has the spectacle of Hollywood,
Forces
the
Joe
action of
up.
football, and the athleticism
Ouch,
of
up into the
basketball.
ropes.
We've got it all.
Yeah, well, anytime superstars of this
There's
caliber
a kick
step
to the
into
back
ring,
of Samoa
a
Joe.
great show is sure to follow.
Samoa Joe with a reversal, tossing Gerald over his back. Now forces Gerald to his feet. Joe with a headbutt repeatedly to the hand and fingers of Gerald.
He's starting to stumble here.
And a
I
headbutt.
fully expect him to bounce back, though. This is the type of one-on-one atmosphere.
Gerald forced into a seated position, now to a knee.
You're going to absorb some
Gerald
punishment
will
in the rest of
wisely
the
roll out of the
match. It
way,
just
and that
goes
will
along
allow
with the
him to
territory.
hit
And he knows
a big boot. I don't
I
believe that
doubt
was the
he's all
signature
that
version of
concerned
his
at this
big
point.
boot.
I'm not going to go
But
so
still,
far as
nice
to
job
say
of
he can't
Gerald
win
to
this match, but things
regroup
certainly are
and
looking
get out of the
good
way
for
of
him
Samoa
right
Joe's
now.
attack.
That move at this
Gerald
juncture of the
forces
match
Joe
makes
into a
the
seated
intention
position.
unmistakable.
Reversal by Joe with an elbow strike to get back to his feet.
Knocked him
Low
right
kick
off his
by
feet.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now forces Gerald on his back into a Boston Crab. Center ring, perfect position. Can Gerald break the hold? Trying to get to the ropes is Gerald, but it is locked
No,
in
he lets
well.
him out.
Yeah, I think he knew he wasn't going to get the
And
submission
eventually
there.
Joe would just break the hold. Joe
Oh, what
with a
impact.
huge power bomb to Gerald. Now forces Gerald to his feet. And Gerald with a reversal. Gerald forces Joe to his feet. It's the backbreaker and Russian leg sweep combo. Gerald taking a
He
breather in
doesn't
the
appear to be in a
corner
hurry to get up here.
I just don't think he has
as
it in
Joe
him
tries to
anymore.
get back to his feet. There's a punch from Gerald and another.
This is a level
And a
of
reverse
destruction
DDT.
no one was expecting.
Gerald forces Joe center ring. What does he have in mind here?
Nobody controls
There's an
the
elbow
pace of
drop.
the match quite like this guy.
Joe forced to his feet. There's the signature version of the big boot by Gerald. But Gerald's low on stamina. Can he capitalize off of it? Joe rolls all the way to avoid the stomp.
In there.
Come on. How do you miss by that much?
And nice reversal by Gerald into a DDT. Gerald may be looking to set up the spear somewhere, but Joe gets back to his feet before he can. There's a stomp to the arm.
And he just found out.
And
that's
Gerald
not
plunges
the
the
place
body
you wanna
of
be.
Samoa Joe into the canvas. Now, Joe forced to his feet. Irish up into the corner. Gerald
Just a matter of time now.
forces
before
Samoa
this
Joe to the
superstar
top
goes for the
turnbuckle. What was he
finisher.
thinking?
And when that
here?
happens, you can bet this one's
It
over.
doesn't matter. It's going to be reversed by Samoa Joe, who is going to take flight there with a kick.
Have an answer for him.
Irish up into the corner. Nice reversal by Gerald with the double knees, but Samoa Joe has him in a fireman's carry position.
Up on the shoulders here. And there's
But
no
Gerald is
easy
going to fight him
landing
off
spot when
with
it comes
some
to a
elbow
fireman's
strikes to
carry.
the head.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
There's a jab from Gerald. And now a series of elbow strikes forcing Samoa Joe against the ropes. And down to the canvas. Gerald taking a moment to
Hopefully this
recover here,
WWE
low on
action is helping
stamina.
you get through those midweek blues.
Meanwhile, Samoa Joe trying to crawl to the ropes to get back to his feet, stopped by Gerald.
Saw that one
There's a
coming.
reversal by Joe.
No,
Gerald
he
with a reversal
reverses
of
it.
his own. Gerald still has that spear waiting in the wings,
Made him
that
pay
his
there.
finisher. We have yet to see it after he hit the big boot some time ago.
And he doesn't stay
Joe
down
goes for
long.
cover. Gerald
Yeah,
powers
it's gonna
out right
take
away.
more than that to keep him down.
There's a stomp to the back.
And the knee delivers.
Leg drop by Joe. Stomp to the arm. Gerald forced up. And
he
reversal
turns
by
it around.
Gerald. There's another jab from Gerald and his second signature big
Samoa
boot
Joe
from
isn't looking so hot,
Gerald.
guys.
Will he be able to capitalize off and hit his finisher, the spear, this time?
Joe is rolling, and he doesn't have an answer for him.
SDL takedown. Gerald once again low on
He's
stamina.
not getting up. You can't like
Just
his
like we hit
chances
his
right
first big boot. Can he capitalize, or will he be too tired to? Looks like we have our answer. Some Gerald down on the mat, Samoa Joe in the corner, getting pumped up, stomping away.
now. Both these superstars appear to be operating on
There's a
fumes
right
here,
from
guys.
Samoa Joe. And it looks like he's going for perhaps the Three Amigos, triple suplexes. And indeed, that is the case. Into a cover.
Wow, I'm just as surprised as you guys are.
Gerald powers out
That's
at
how
2.
you prove your dominance.
Samoa Joe now looking for a finisher.
He's delivering it.
Gerald is able to reverse it.
Kicking right here.
There's a clothesline from Gerald.
There's the
A third signature big boot. Can Gerald finally capitalize on
He's
it?
looking for the win. 2. This guy just refuses to
Samoa
quit.
Joe
Yeah,
powers
he's
out at
hurt,
2.
guys.
Gerald asking himself what it's going to take to put Samoa Joe
He's
away.
not looking good here,
He's
Byron.
hit 3
No,
big
he's gotta
boots,
get
and yet
up, and he's
Samoa
gotta get
Joe
up now.
keeps on fighting.
Lands the elbow
There's
drop.
an elbow to the back of the head. Gerald, win or lose, probably with his best performance he's had in quite some time. Samoa Joe is definitely a very tough opponent. But Gerald holding his own so far in this match.
And he goes down hard.
Wheelbarrow facebuster by Gerald.
Jeez, that was
Here comes
embarrassing.
Joe. Arship into the corner. And Gerald with a nice reversal.
Gang in there.
Connects with a counter.
Stopped by Gerald. Gerald has Joe in a seated position, now targeting the head.
Just making his presence felt there.
And Joe is going to get to his feet and break free.
Well,
Now it's Gerald in the seated position. Gerald instantly takes it off.
They're just used to send a message. He clearly did his homework heading into tonight.
Joe is able to catch Gerald and go for
Will this
cover.
be it? 2. A kick out at 2.5.
Gerald powers out at 2. We have a good matchup here. Near fall after near fall. Here comes Samoa Joe with a side slam to Gerald. Forces Gerald up.
Both these superstars appear to be operating.
Reversal
on
by
fumes
Gerald
here,
into a neck
guys.
break. We still have yet to see him hit a spear in this matchup. Despite hitting 3, now 4 big boots. Good position, center ring.
2.
No spear required off of 4 signature big boots. Gerald is going to finally beat Samoa Joe, put Samoa Joe away. Gerald gets back into the win column, and now with a record of 5-10, heading into SummerSlam by defeating Samoa Joe.
Here is your winner, Gerald.
A well-earned victory indeed.
This guy looks like he's ready to tear through the entire locker room. And I wouldn't put it past him.
And folks, if you're just joining us, I'm sorry to tell you that you just missed one of the most exciting SmackDown matches in recent memory.
All right, and Gerald definitely needed that win. He's been struggling heavily ever since losing that United States Championship, and really ever since being traded to SmackDown Live in the Superstar Shakeup, other than that U.S. title win. That would definitely help Gerald putting away a tough opponent
the last one.
in the
Tag
form of
team
the
matchup
Samoan
on the
submission
way.
machine Samoa Joe after hitting 4 big boot signature maneuvers. And now SmackDown Live rolls on, and non-title action, the Bludgeon Brothers getting a non-title victory over the SmackDown Tag Team Champion Sanity. Randy Orton pick up a victory in triple threat action by defeating R-Truth. No decision for Sin Cara. In non-title action, Andrade Cien Almas picking up a victory over Ty Dillinger. Eric Young, the leader of Sanity, defeats Kofi Kingston of the New Day. And in the main event, also non-title action, the WWE Champion AJ Styles picks up a victory over The Miz. And prior to our WITM matchup, it was the Club picking up a victory in tag team action over the New Day. And how will that affect the rankings on SmackDown Live? The Go Home SmackDown Live before SummerSlam, we will find out in just a moment. once again, we did not have a SmackDown women's match. The SmackDown have not had a match in quite some time. And so, for like the third, fourth week in a row, their rankings remain the same. Peyton Royce, the SmackDown Women's Champion. The number 1 contender is Mandy Rose. Number 2 is Charlotte. Number 3 is Sonya Deville. Number 4, Billie Kay. Number 5, Carmella. Number 6, Becky Lynch. Number 7, Asuka. Number 8, Naomi. And number 9, Lana. In the SmackDown Tag Team Division, the Club defeated New Day. The Club become number 1 contenders. New Day falls to number 5. The Bludgeon Brothers defeated Sanity. Bludgeon Brothers moves up to number 2. Or sorry, that was actually a non-title victory, so Bludgeon Brothers actually move up to the number 1 contendership with that non-title victory. And so your SmackDown Tag Team rankings, Sanity are SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Number 1 contenders, Bludgeon Brothers. Number 2, The Club. Number 3, The Bar. Number 4, The Usos. Number 5, New Day. In the U.S. title rankings, Gerald defeated Samoa Joe. Gerald moves up to number 11. Samoa Joe falls to number 10. Randy Orton defeated R-Truth in no decision for Sin Cara. Orton is not in these rankings. R-Truth falls to number 10, but Joe lost as well, so Gerald is going to get 2 spots up to number 9. Sin Cara remains at number 2 with a no decision. Andrade Cien Almas defeated Ty Dillinger. Almas remains champion. Dillinger falls to number 7, but Kofi lost as well. So Kofi falls to number 8. Dillinger falls to 7. Shinsuke Nakamura gets 2 free spots up to number 6. And AJ Styles defeated The Miz. Miz falls to number 2. AJ Styles is not in these rankings because he is already WWE Champion. And so your United States Champion, Andrade Cien Almas. Number 1 contender, Sin Cara. Number 2, The Miz. Number 3, Daniel Bryan. Number 4, Rusev. Number 5, Shelton Benjamin. Number 6, Shinsuke Nakamura. Number 7, Ty Dillinger. Number 8, Kofi Kingston. Number 9, Gerald. Number 10, R-Truth. Number 11, Samoa Joe. Number 12, Jeff Hardy. Number 13, Aiden English. And number 14, Primo Colon. And in the WWE Championship rankings, Gerald defeated Samoa Joe. Gerald moves up to number 4. Joe remains at the bottom, number 6. Randy Orton defeated R-Truth in no decision for Sin Cara. Orton becomes number 1 contender. Truth and Sin Cara are not in these rankings. AJ Styles defeated The Miz. Styles remains champion. Miz is not in these rankings. And so your WWE Championship rankings, the champion AJ Styles. Number 1 contender Randy Orton. Number 2 Daniel Bryan. Number 3 Rusev. Number 4 Gerald. Number 5 Shinsuke Nakamura. And number 6 Samoa Joe. So that means we have some confirmed matches from the SmackDown brand for SummerSlam. In real life, they are having a triple threat for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So here in WITM, Peyton Royce will defend her SmackDown Women's Championship against the former champion, Mandy Rose, as well as Charlotte. Sanity will defend the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against The Bar, though they are number 3 contenders. They did win a number 1 contenders tournament in order to earn a SmackDown Tag Team Championship opportunity at SummerSlam. Andrade Cien Almas will defend the United States Championship against an unlikely number 1 contender, Sin Cara. And AJ Styles will defend the WWE Championship against Randy Orton. So, as predicted, Gerald, unfortunately, just a little bit too little too late in order to earn a championship matchup at SummerSlam. However, Gerald, sitting at number 4 in the WWE title rankings, could potentially end up in a non-title match at SummerSlam. And we are not done yet, folks. Will we have Andrew Spudstrong in some Cruiserweight action on 205 Live in this episode as well? we will. He's going to be taking on Hideo Itami, a man he has some history with. So let's get this show underway.
Looking at this card, I just got to rub my hands together and smile. Fatal four-way action coming right up next.
All right, first we will sim the results for the matches prior to Andrew's matchup. In a non-title fatal four-way, it's the Cruiserweight champion, Lince Dorado, picking up a victory over Leo Rush. Lince Dorado wrestling his first singles action sometime, usually tagging with Grand Metalik. Despite being the Cruiserweight champion, Akira Tozawa and Noam Dar get the no decision. Aria Davari pick up a victory over Kalisto. The man who will challenge Lince Dorado for the Cruiserweight Championship at SummerSlam, Mustafa Ali, defeats the real-life Cruiserweight Champion, Cedric Alexander. TJP picks up a victory over the real-life #1 contender, Drew Gulak. And now it is time for our second episode 104 matchup, Cruiserweight action between Andrew Spudstrong and Hideo Itami.
Don't move. We have a great match coming up next. We have a real fan favorite against Hideo Itami.
All right, Andrew, of course, coming in with a very strong record of 13-5-3. That is by far the best of the current WITM4. Of course, Andrew going to be a little bit disappointed that he will not get to compete in the first Cruiserweight matchup since Money in the Bank and WITM and Greatest Royal Rumble in real life. But still currently in line to face, as the rankings stand right now, Andrew would face the winner of the Cruiserweight Championship match at SummerSlam if Andrew, of course, keeps on winning. And he'll be looking to stay in that position against a man he has some history with that we'll explain later, Hideo Itami. Let's get our second episode 104 matchup underway, this time with some Cruiserweight action.
Making his way to the ring, from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 168 pounds, Andrew.
Guys, this one promises to be absolutely amazing.
But as they say, promises are made to be broken, Michael. Though in this case, I think we're safe.
And on top of that, this match will undoubtedly have a big impact on where these guys stand in the next WWE.com Power Rankings.
And there's been so much upward movement from new faces over the past few weeks that dropping more than 10 spots following a loss isn't necessarily out of the question.
And his opponent, from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 180 pounds, Hideo Itami.
Are we ready here, Byron? What can you tell us about Hideo Itami?
Aside from being the master of the GTS, I'd say Hideo Itami is a superstar with a bright, successful future ahead of him.
And the good news is that he appears to be coming into tonight with a little extra motivation.
Yeah, he's really had a chip on his shoulder as of late, and it seems to have been helping him.
There's a battle. This match is underway. As I mentioned before, and as I've mentioned pretty much every time Andrew and Hideo Itami face off, these two men have history dating back to WITM Season 2.
Here we go,
some of which is starting to be uploaded to the YouTube channel if you want to check out some vintage WITM.
Fans are among the toughest to impress, but I'm willing to bet these superstars
when Andrew was COO of ECW, he created a cruiserweight show called ECW Velocity that included Hideo Itami on it for cruiserweights ranked 225 pounds or under. Andrew was facing off against the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose when Hideo Itami appeared in Andrew's corner, kept getting in Dean Ambrose's face and causing distractions. He did that in order to hopefully convince Andrew to allow him to join with him and Austin Aries, the AA Hardcore Cruisers, a popular tag team on Velocity, and form a stable. But instead, Andrew turned on Itami and would later on form a stable instead with Austin Aries and Corey called the Purity Society.
Bad move there.
I don't know what made him think that was a good idea.
Andrew going for a springboard kick, but majorly overshoots Itami. Itami drags Andrew closer center ring.
And he goes for the
quick
pin.
work of the
This
former
one's not
cruiserweight
over yet.
champion.
Yeah, seemed to be
But
just
Andrew
testing
powers
the
out.
waters a bit there.
Itami trying to force Andrew to the ropes. But there's a series of elbow strikes. Andrew looking for a jumping DDT, but caught by Itami, who hits a reversal. Itami in the corner getting fired up. Andrew once again missing his offense, and that allows Itami to hit
mobility in that shoulder.
Kick to the back. Itami now to the apron, looking to take flight, and does. Springboard splash connects. Itami looking strong early in this matchup.
That move at this
There's
juncture
an
of the
axe
match
handle
makes
by
the
Itami.
intention unmistakable to belittle. Got the
There's
reversal.
a nice reversal by Andrew to get Itami down to the
simply
mat,
reminding him
and a right
that
punch
he's
from
here.
Andrew. Itami forced up.
Abuses him
Elbow
with an
straight to the
elbow.
back of the head. Itami forced into the corner.
Uh-oh.
I'm afraid to think
Now
what's
to the
gonna
top
happen
turnbuckle.
next.
What is Andrew thinking here?
I got a sharp pain
There's
in
a
my
nice
just
neck breaker
watching
from
that
the
neck
corner
breaker.
by Andrew.
And
Itami
Hideo
reverses
Itami
with an arm
reverses it.
drag. Andrew forced into the ropes.
Hideo Itami using his speed
Kick
right
by
there.
Itami.
He can do it here. Easily kicks out of that one.
Wow, what a display of heart and determination.
There's a stomp to the back. Itami
Here it comes. He's got him.
He'd be smart to stay
on the
put
middle
there.
rope, sizing up Andrew, wants him on his feet,
Ain't no stopping
and
him now.
hits the drop kick from the corner. Andrew forced up, power trip into the corner.
Second time we're seeing this here.
Forced into a seated position in the corner, and there's another drop kick from Itami, who has looked strong in this matchup.
Oh, he's able to
Reversal by
reverse it.
Andrew with an uppercut.
And Hideo
Reversal
Itami
by
reverses
Itami.
it.
Hideo Itami
Itami could
has
be
got
looking
him
for the
up.
go to sleep,
Nicely
and there it is, the
executed.
go to sleep. Itami,
To the ropes. And the ref
the
sees it.
inventor of the go to sleep when he was Kenta in Japan, that CM Punk, of course, later on made famous. A series of knees to the head of Andrew. Again, forces Andrew up.
Oh, yeah, here's Hideo
Itami.
Itami. He's sending a message to the entire
Forces Andrew to see a position, reversal by Andrew.
Here.
Here comes Andrew with the signature maneuver of his own. This move alone can put people away. Rolling knee bar, center ring. Good position, but Itami is able to break the hold.
He slips out.
Wow, looked to me like he had it locked in pretty good. I guess not.
Now looking to follow up with his finisher, the flatline.
We've seen this before.
But Itami is able to reverse. That match may have been over if Andrew hit that flatline, despite the fact that Itami has controlled most of this matchup.
He's in trouble.
Now Itami, looking for the finisher he stole from Andrew. A second go to sleep. And that connects. Goes recover.
Shoulders down, this could be it. 2.5 is the ref.
And Andrew, despite taking 2 GTSs, is going to power out a 2. And Tommy in disbelief. He's controlled most of this matchup. He reversed the flat.
Made him pay there.
He's hit 2 GTSs, and yeah, Andrew Spud strong.
And Hideo
keeps on fighting. It's going to take even more than that to put away the man who calls himself Mr. Stamina. 5-time Cruiserweight champion and 3-time Cruiserweight champion on the ECW Velocity that Tommy used to be a part of. Andrew trying to get to the ropes to get back to his feet and does. But Tommy is waiting to force him right back onto the ropes.
Reverses.
Andrew is going to reverse and launch himself from the apron into the cover.
This is what makes him one. There's the pin.
Tommy turns out to a cover of his own, and Andrew powers out at 2.
Hideo Itami showing us how to get
punch from Itami. Andrew.
They're not dreaming. This
catches and forces him into a seated position. Itami reverses with an elbow. Andrew's busted open for the first time in quite some time.
Step ahead on that
this
one.
Is almost reminiscent of an
Delivered a beautiful uppercut, man. That had some force behind it.
Itami going right after that wound there, raking.
Now there's the counter.
By Andrew, hits his second one. Back at ECW, Andrew would often be invigorated by the sight of his own blood, and that would help him win victory. Will we see the same here?
No, he reverses it.
Tommy with the signature maneuvers.
Next time, bring a helmet.
A series of slaps and kicks.
Strike out your strike.
Boom! Incredible strike combination. This one's over, guys.
Tommy gonna go for a 3rd GTS. No, Andrew's able to reverse. And a clothesline is going to jump at Tommy on the outside and give Andrew some time to recover and get the WWE Universe behind him. Andrew urging Tommy to get up and get back in the ring.
Boy, this has just been pandemonium.
Tommy gets back to his feet. Andrew trying to meet him on the outside, and does.
The longer this
Another tactic Andrew loved to use ECW in the outside ring environment to rack up massive damage in order to help him finish off his opponents, and he's looking to do the same here.
He clearly did his homework heading into tonight.
Stomp to the chest. By Itami to that bloodied head of Andrew.
Guys, it's imperative he gets back in the ring.
Andrew forced back to the ring, joined by Itami. Will it be Itami who tries to finish Andrew off after?
Yeah, he's on Dream Street.
Itami in the corner. There's another drop kick.
That was nasty. Wow, I'm just as surprised as you guys are.
It's Itami going to hand Andrew a rare clean loss. No, Andrew powers out just in the nick of time, and Itami in disbelief. He thought it was a 3. He thought he put Andrew away.
The intensity of this match
Tommy heading to the apron. We have a Cruiserweight Classic matchup.
Drops the elbow on him.
Episode 104. Reversal by Andrew. Andrew forces Tommy on the ropes. Once again, dumping on the outside. He may want to go back outside and rack up some more damage on Tommy and then try to finish him off. And that's exactly what he's going to try to do. Andrew with a stomp to the legs.
Got him good with the
Now an elbow
there.
straight to the leg. Forces Itami up. Gets behind Itami and attacks the leg and the ankle.
This has been a war. He misses on that one.
With his eyes,
There's Itami with a nice insecurity.
And he lands a nice counter.
Irish up into the corner.
Finding it close here.
We're now out of count of, I believe, Seth.
trying to get himself
very
counted
much
out
game
cold.
audio, but it will not matter. They'll make it back to the ring in time.
He's lining him up.
Andrew doing what he's
He looks
going
for
back
it
to an
once
old
again.
strategy. He wanted Tommy down the outside. Now trying to finish him off in the ring with the flat line. And Andrew resorting to some old strategies, some old tricks in order to defeat Hideo Itami, running him down with massive offense on the outside and using that ring post and ring environment, outside ring environment to his advantage, hitting that flat line and finishing off Hideo Itami, improving to 14, 5, and 3.
Here is your winner, Andrew.
Gonna feel the effects of this win for a while.
To get the pinfall victory over such a high-quality opponent is incredibly impressive, Michael.
As usual, this Philadelphia crowd is beyond boisterous tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Alright, Itami would come strong out of the gate, hitting 2 GTXs and a signature maneuver, busting Andrew open. But ever since Andrew was busted open, he decided, you know what? Since I'm bloodied, I may as well resort to some old ECW strategies from Season 2. He forced Itami outside the ring twice, racked up massive damage there with technical offense and using the ring environment like the ring post to wear Tommy down and inflict massive damage. Then lured him back into the ring where he hit the flat line, and that would end the match. Andrew is going to pick up yet another victory, improving to a very impressive record of 14, 5, and 3. That is by far the best of the WITM4 and the only winning record of the WITM4 so far. Andrew ahead by a landslide, as we are about a third of the way towards the next WrestleMania, where the WIT member with the best record will earn themselves a WrestleMania matchup of their choosing. So far, Andrew is well on his way to earning that matchup. And we will see how. We already know that it will be Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali for the Cruiserweight Championship at SummerSlam. But we'll see how this 205 Live affects the results regardless, and who might be next in line, or what the rankings will look like for the new Cruiserweight Champion, rather. Lince Dorado, the Cruiserweight Champion, defeated Lio Rush with no decision for Akira Tozawa and Noam Dar. Lio Rush moves down to number 13, swapping spots with Noam Dar, who took a no decision. Tozawa remains at number 9 with a no decision as well. Ari Daivari defeated Kalisto. Daivari moves up to number 9. Kalisto falls to number 6, but Drew Gulak lost as well. So Gulak falls to number 7. Kalisto falls to number 6. CJP gets 2 free spots. Mustafa Ali defeated Cedric Alexander. Ali moves up to number 2. Alexander falls to number 16 as Cedric Alexander, the Cruiserweight Champion in real life, but here at WITM at the very bottom of the Cruiserweight Championship rankings. TJP defeated Drew Gulak. TJP, who has skyrocketed up the rankings over the past few weeks, is going to move up to number 4. Gulak falls to number 8. And Andrew defeated Hideo Itami. Andrew remains next in line to face the winner of Lince Dorado versus Mustafa Ali for the Cruiserweight title at SummerSlam. And Itami falls to number 4. That's yet another spot for TJP, who's moved up like 7 or 8 spots over the last 2 weeks, from 10th or 11th in the rankings all the way up to number 3. The Cruiserweight champion is Lince Dorado. Number 1 contender, Andrew Spudstrong. Number 2, the man who has already earned the right to face Lince Dorado at SummerSlam for the Cruiserweight title, Mustafa Ali. Number 3, TJP. Number 4, Hideo Itami. Number 5, Grand Metalik. Number 6, Kalisto. Number 7, Jack Gallagher. Number 8, Drew Gulak. Number 9, Ari Daivari. Number 10, Akira Tozawa. Number 11, Buddy Murphy. Number 12, Noam Dar. Number 13, Leo Rush. Number 14, Brian Kendrick. Number 15, Tony Nese. Number 16, Cedric Alexander. Alright, and next up is the Go Home NXT before NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Will we see Ayat Master in his 3rd WITM matchup? We haven't seen him in a few weeks. And it looks like it's a tag team and women heavy card. Just one singles match on the card. Or 2 actually, but neither of them feature Ayat Master, unfortunately. So it's going to be another week off for Ayat Master. That means that our next stream will be on Saturday night at 11 o'clock. We are going to do, now normally we do our main roster pay-per-views on the same night that they air in real life, but because SummerSlam is probably going to run past the time we would begin, and you guys will probably already be burned out with wrestling after a 6-7 hour long SummerSlam. We are going to do a combined NXT TakeOver and SummerSlam special on Saturday night at 11 o'clock. If Ayat Master is in action at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, we will have that match for you. And then we will have SummerSlam, where we may have Gerald in action in a non-title matchup. I will figure out the cards off screen, and the one confirmed matchup we have is that Kevin Owens will defend his Universal Championship against the Holy Warrior Corey of WITM. So tune in Saturday night. Again, we could potentially have Ayat Master non-title action on TakeOver Brooklyn. We could potentially have Gerald in non-title action at SummerSlam, and we will have Corey in action challenging Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship in a rematch from Extreme Rules. So that is a stream you're not going to want to miss. And until Saturday night, for our TakeOver Brooklyn and SummerSlam special, this is Corey with WITM Ka Wrestling, signing off.